it's Jenny J, 1911. We are here. We're back. We have been doing less lives lately. We've just had a ton of other things going on, but it is great to be here with everybody tonight for our Tuesday night live. I, I sit here and I wait a few minutes. I kind of get ready, get in the game before I actually go live. And I get such a kick out of reading the comments in the side chat. But there is one in particular that I want to call out. I have to call out Reese because Reese said, I met her almost a year ago, and I'm not sure the term newbie applies. Reese, I want to know, are you calling me old? If I'm not a newbie, I'm an oldie, right? So no, all kidding aside, it is so much fun to read the side chat and just see what mood everybody is in on a Tuesday night. So as always, Cowboy Jeff was the very first one to comment. I don't know if he was really the first one here, but he was the first one to comment. So shout out to our member, Cowboy Jeff 1911. He's maintained his membership all through this silence in the Tuesday Night Live even. And so thank you to him for doing that. Michael Dunn is here and Reese is here. All of our old favorites. Wiley Thompson is here. Viejo is here. Great to see all you guys. Andrew Miller is here. So, first of all, I'm going to go over numbers real quick. So the numbers that I have right now for my subscriber count is 3,688. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, especially if you compare me to, all the big guys. But I want you to keep in mind, we just started this a year ago, and it's just been little old me by myself, with some people who are out there have sponsors and I don't know, people that fund their channel a little more heavily. And so I just want to tell you all thank you, because we would not be here where we're at right now, approaching the departure for the NRA annual meeting in a little over a week. And we wouldn't be doing any of this without you guys. So thank you to every one of you for always being here, always supporting, always cheering me on, and watching those videos and liking the videos and commenting on the videos and sharing the videos and, buying hats for other people to open on their YouTube channel. So anyway, I want to say thank you to all of you guys. So it is so great to be back with you. So I mentioned just a second ago the NRA annual meeting. I don't know if Affordable Armory is here yet. I have not seen him. He might have class tonight. He usually has a Tuesday night class. So I don't know. Usually, though, we are a bad influence on him and we can encourage him to skip class. So we'll see if he pops in a little bit later. But anyway, he did reach out to me. So I will get to finally meet up. Affordable Armory has been a guest on our channel several times. I will get to meet up with him in person. He'll also be at NRA this next week. So we do plan to be there all 3 days. So that's super exciting. We're going to be driving to Indy on Thursday, picking up our press credentials, and then going to the convention on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I would love to hear from you guys. Are any of you, other than Affordable Armory, are any of you planning to be there? Are you going to be going to Indy to the NRA annual meeting? I don't know if it's going to be as crazy as it was last year. I don't know. We'll see. Last year there was some drama, extra drama, I should say, just a little bit of extra drama wrapped up around NRA for several different reasons. And so I don't know. We'll see. But I'd also love to hear from you guys. If you can drop a comment in the side chat. My faithful assistant is over here in the wings taking down, jotting down notes. What do you guys want to see from NRA? What exhibitors would you specifically like to see the exhibits of or hear from? We can do a video with. Just let me know who that is. Of course, obviously, high up on our list is Dylan. We kind of became friends with Dylan, I guess, last year. We enjoyed our time that we spent with them at their exhibit. And so one of the Dylan guys did reach out to me. He commented on a video, one of the videos in the last week or so, and said, "Hey, Jenny, are you going to be at NRA this year?" So I commented and I said, "Yes, of course. And you are first on our list for stops to make." So Steve Frew, that was for you, Steve. We're going to be there if you happen to see this, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys. We have, of course, a long list of all the really big names we're going to try to hit up. Sadly, I was really sad to see, again, Benchmade is not going to be there. It just always surprises me that Benchmade does not go to the NRA annual meeting. Now I do see Michael Dunn is requesting RCBS and Forster. Okay, very good. Reese says that Dylan can't force him to take a calendar this year. Sure, Reese. If any of you have ever seen the Dylan calendars or have heard about the Dylan calendars, you'll know why I don't believe that Reese will be passing up a Dylan calendar this year. So anyway, we are looking forward to doing that and just seeing what all kinds of new things we can see there. Obviously, a lot of the things that are there were possibly already seen at SHOT Show. But there might be some other things. I do know that I saw on the list, the Ruger Collectors Association will be there. And you remember I did a video with them in Tulsa. So I don't know. We'll see if they have any new / old cool Rugers to show you guys. Yeah, so I was just kind of perusing the list here, looking at the site map and for the NRA. Fortunately, I've located the fact that they do have 2 cafe spaces. So they've got one great big cafe space, and then they've got one little cafe space kind of in the middle of the convention center. So that's good. But there are definitely some other things that I, have seen on the list that I'm like, ooh, that sounds really cool. My newfound love for Berettas, I definitely think I'll be hitting up the Beretta booth, the Walther booth, definitely going to go there. This Berserker Arms sounds kind of interesting. But yeah, there are lots of really cool ones. Browning, now that I'm trying to do a little bit of trap and skeet shooting, which by the way, that starts up this month. So I've been asked to participate, I guess probably out of pity. They feel sorry for me, so they asked me to participate again. So I guess I'll be doing that league again this year, at least for the spring. So that'll be, that'll be fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll magically shoot better this year. I still don't have my own shotgun, which would probably help. If I could find one that fit me, that would probably help. So yeah. But if you haven't already seen the vendor list or the exhibitor list, I should say, they're not vendors, but they're exhibitors. If you have not already seen the exhibitor list for NRA, all you have to do is go to the nraam.org And if you click on menu in the upper left-hand corner, and then it pops a box down, you can click on exhibit and you'll be able to find it from there. So you'll be able to find the exhibitor list and map. So yeah, I'm super excited to go do that. It's going to be a very busy, exhausting adventure, but last year we had so much fun, and we were talking about it for weeks and weeks. So super excited to do that. Another thing I want to talk about is I want to let you know where we're at with our videos. So as you know, I did recently purchase the Sig P365 Rose in 380. And, I have a newfound love and appreciation for the 380s. And Viejo will be, totally on board with that. I know he's already welcomed me to the 380 club. And I did have another subscriber. I thought it was really quite accurate, actually, and very cute. He said that he calls the 380s an angry 22. And I was like, yeah, I think that pretty much sums up a 380. So I've kind of been passing that along to people that I've talked to since I read that. I thought that was really clever. So anyway, yes, I got my hands on a Rose. My friend Josh Ludi out at Eagle Armory texted me and he said, hey, because I had told him, I want a Rose. And so he texted me and he said, okay, I have the roses in, do you want one in 380? And I was like, I originally had thought I wanted one in 9, but now when he asked me, do you want one in 380? I thought, do I want one in 380? Yes, I do. I think I do. So I knew that if I got one in 380, it would be, nice and small. It would be great for my summer carry. And I thought to myself, well, it is just a utility gun. Yes, it's pretty. It's got the little bit of extra bling. Tastefully done, if I do say so. So thanks to Sig Sauer for making those tasteful choices. But I thought it's just going to be, a means to an end, just to fulfill a purpose. So we did the unboxing video. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. We did the unboxing video. I was really excited to take it to the range and shoot it. And let me tell you what, I took it to the range expecting to just be like, ho hum, it's just a 365. I've shot 365s before. I shot this one, and, always before I shot 9s. I shot this 380 and I was like, whoa, that is fun. That is a fun little gun to shoot. And so being that I have smaller hands and my husband has giant hands, I said, okay, shoot this gun. I don't think you're going to like it because it's pretty small. He shot it, and guess what? He loved it. So somehow that gun fits all different size hands, and it's just really cool because, it's a great little gun, and I had fun shooting it. He had fun shooting it. All of my friends out at Gateway that I've let shoot it have loved it. And speaking of my friends getting to shoot it, I don't know if y'all saw the comment Les made. My friend Les, he's been entirely devoted to the Jenny J channel, and it helped us out so much. And when I had made the comment that all of my friends had shot it, liked it, he commented on the video and said, gee, I must not have been working at the range that day. Well, the funny thing is, Les is at the range 7 days a week from open to close. Every single day, Les works at the range from open to close, and he is a volunteer. So that's dedication, ladies and gentlemen. But I felt really bad because he's just always busy there. He's in charge of sales and all the stuff there in the pistol side, in the handgun side. And so I was like, he was busy and I feel super bad. So we went out Friday night and I said, okay, I came with the specific purpose of just having Les shoot the gun. So he did get to shoot the gun, and he also agreed it is a very, very fun gun to shoot. So we are now at the place in the video series where the next thing I'm going to be doing is the field strip video for the 365. If you've ever taken a 365 down, it's super duper easy. I would say pretty much all SIGs are easy to take down. This one is no exception. So we'll be doing a video, and I really want to gear that toward, because this Rose is kind of geared toward the female shooter population. I wanted to try to gear that cleaning video toward them, because I want women to feel so comfortable being able to handle their firearm, not just to fire their gun, but also to maintain their gun and take care of their gun. I think it's super important, because when you feel comfortable enough to take your gun apart and clean it, you're going to feel comfortable enough to shoot it when you need to, or you'll be more likely to feel comfortable doing that. So that video is coming next. We'll be doing that cleaning video and putting that out. Another video that we're going to be doing, I don't know if you all saw my first episode of Bullet Points, the clip versus magazine discussion. So we worked at Gateway all day Saturday and all day Sunday this weekend. And I think it was Sunday, a young man came in, went up to Les's counter and said, "I'd like to get a clip for my Glock." And I just happened to be nearby, and Les laughed and he said, "Jenny, you wanna talk to this guy?" And I was like, "What?" I didn't hear what the guy had said. And so I said, "Can I help you with something?" The guy said, "Well, I want to get a clip for my Glock." And I was like, "Oh, geez." So I very quickly, because I was kind of busy, I said, "It's a magazine," not a clip. So I think Les kind of took that discussion over for me and explained, this is a magazine. What you're looking for is a magazine to, load your ammunition into your Glock. So, yeah, it was kind of funny, because I know that video annoyed some people. I don't care. It annoys me when people call a magazine a clip. So there you have it. So that was the first video that we're doing. I decided to do a little series of shorts. They're not actually shorts. They're over a minute. By YouTube standards, a short is a minute or less. Obviously, I can't make these less than a minute most of the time, but I can make them very short. So I'm doing this series called Bullet Points. And so my next one is going to be a video about bullets versus cases versus cartridges, etc. You see where I'm going with this. Because as we all know, most people think, the bullet is the entire cartridge. So, and we always explain to our handgun students or our shooting students what that cartridge is comprised of, so that they understand how it functions and how it works, what makes it work. So we'll be doing another little short video all about that. So you have that to look for. Then also, we're going to be doing a video on an AREX that I was just loaned. So another friend of mine from Gateway, Tony, he got a new AREX this weekend. And I've already done one video on the AREX Alpha, and I really, really liked that gun. So Tony did let me shoot this AREX this last weekend. He came and he picked it up at Gateway and he said, "Hey, Jenny, you want to shoot this?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." So went out on the range, shot it. It's a really great gun. I only put about 5 or 6 rounds through it because I wanted to save the excitement for the actual video. So anyway, I think it's going to be a good one. And so that's going to be another video. We'll probably be making that this next weekend. So it'll probably get out pretty, within the next week or so. And then also don't forget, this Sunday is Easter. So first of all, happy Easter to everybody. Happy early Easter. Second of all, I want you to think back to a year ago, Easter. Now, what did we do last year for Easter? So just saying, be on the lookout for any Easter related videos coming your way. So super excited for that too. All right. So, speaking of Gateway, I want to just give a little shout out to Gateway because I think I told you in my last live, they have a new flat screen TV that they have hanging up in the range out in the lobby area. And when I first walked in one day and saw my videos playing on this giant screen, I was like, what? So they do play other things. They play, sometimes they just have like news up there, or they'll have, sports, some kind of sports up there, like basketball or whatever. But they do like to put Jenny J 1911 videos up there. So sometimes, we'll go through a handful of Jenny J 1911 videos. So because they're doing that, more people at Gateway have been recognizing me when they come in. So on Saturday, I was working at the counter, working at the register, and a man came in and he was getting ready to shoot. And he said, "Are you that Jenny J?" And I was like, yes. And then the next day, there was a class, a CCW class that came out, and one of the instructors for that asked for something. He asked for some earplugs or something. And anyway, I handed them to him and he said, "By the way, I really love your videos." So I was like, oh my gosh. So I have to say thank you to Gateway for, showing my videos up there all the time. It's really sweet of them. Even if it does mean I have to look at myself sometimes. So anyway, I want to get jumping over to my comments because I know I have a ton of comments up here. There is one very serious item of business that I haven't touched on yet that I do want to get to. So make sure you stick around because we're going to be talking about the new 4473 form. I've got the new one and the old one right here. And so we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But I want to get to comments first, see what I have missed. Okay, we've got lots more people that have logged in and oh, Reese says he was calling himself old. Okay, sure, Reese. Santiago Perez says hi back. Oh, Michael Dunn. Oh yeah. Michael Dunn. I actually completely forgot about this. So Michael Dunn asked about the GoPro. If you watched the Sig 365 Rose shooting video, you will see that I did, my video started out with me mourning and burying my shot up GoPro in a shoebox with a towel, just like we would a beloved pet. So, um, yes, I did shoot my GoPro. Uh, totally would like to say I meant to do that, but I didn't. If you watch through the end of that video, I did include pictures of the shot GoPro. You will see the corner of the GoPro. You can see the bullet path, and the corner just got grazed with the bullet. So, yes, I hit my GoPro. Ironically, and this is a huge testament to GoPro, um, it kept recording. So what we have, and you all didn't see, was Jim going over and picking the GoPro up off the ground, and you can see the GoPro recording his face, picking it up, and he's like fiddling with it and turning the power off because it was still recording. Even after that, it was still recording. So I think I'm going to be sending that to GoPro and just saying, even a bullet couldn't stop a GoPro. I am sure some could, but you know, my little 380 did not. So there's that. But yeah, it was, I'd like to say it was funny at the time, but it wasn't. As you saw from my, as someone called it, my aw shucks comment, I was not happy about it. I kind of beat myself up over that for a while, but you know, I mean, that's why we put the GoPro in front of the target, because you all like to see the target shots. You like to see the target footage. And we knew if we're going to lose a camera, it better be the GoPro and not our good, expensive cameras that we use. So we do put that right in front of the target. And, you know, it's trained up on the target. And if it happens to be, I don't know, if it just so happens that I shoot it, then I shoot it. But you know, you've seen videos of me before where the GoPro is right in front of my face and I'm actually going like this and shooting past. Just so YouTube, just so you know, I'm not making any kind of gun symbol or anything. But when I shoot and I start over here and I pop, 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 and I go past the GoPro, I haven't shot the GoPro. There was one time we were shooting steel targets and there was a little bit of shrapnel that came back and hit the GoPro cover, like the lens cover that was on it, did put a little crack in the corner of it, but that was it. So, you know, the GoPro has had a good life. It was purchased used years and years ago. So it's done all kinds of things. It's gone scuba diving. It's gone on float trips. It's gone on shooting expeditions. So, you know, the GoPro had a happy life. Sadly, we have retired the GoPro, even though the GoPro thinks it can still record. We have retired the GoPro. So the next day at my job, I was telling my coworkers, because, you know, a lot of them are gun people. I was telling my coworkers about what had happened. And one of them said, well, hang on, I've got some GoPros at home. And he does a lot of video of other things. And so he said, let me see what I've got. Well, the next day he brought in a brand new GoPro 9 to me and said, have it. He said, you know, my other ones are kind of messed up from the stuff that I do with them. They, you know, they're dirty and stuff. So he was like, I'm not going to give you one of those, but I do have this new one in a box I haven't even opened yet, but I'm not planning to use it. So here you go. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. So yes, yay, I have a new GoPro 9. So, you know, and he is a subscriber to the channel. You know, so he came through for all of our recording enjoyment, I guess. So thanks to him. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Michael Dunn. I thought maybe we could move on. Let's see. Dale Pogue is here. Good to see you, Dale. Vanessa Kitty is here. Awesome to see you. Brian's Custom Canvas is here. He says he's missed everyone. We've missed you too, Brian. Okay. Reese says, watch out for the stupid people in Indy. People don't know how to behave anymore. That's very true. But I think just in general, we had a discussion just this last weekend about how so many people don't have manners, just simple, basic manners anymore. Sadly. So, in another 10 or 15 years, I don't think people will be saying please or thank you or holding the door open for each other. It's just gone with the wind. I'm sad to say. Mark Thomas says, hi, Jenny J. Been a while. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thank you very much, Mark. Let's see. Tim Rink is here. Good to see you. Critter is in the house. Let's see. Who else is here? Reese says, I want to know if Daniel Defense will chicken out this year. I don't know. They're on the list. I did see that they are on the exhibit list. So hopefully they'll be there. I think last year was a little bit different circumstances, hopefully, and they'll be back and we'll hopefully see them there. Reese. Yes, good point, Reese. Reese says, Canic. No better bang for the buck. Get it? A bang for the buck. Yeah. So Canic, I do think, let's make sure Canic is on the list. You know what? I don't see Canic on the list. That's weird. It goes from Chameleon Bags to Capital Armory. So unless it's under some other name, I do not see Canic on the list. It would be nice if they were there. So hopefully they're just under another name on the exhibitor list and I'm not seeing them. Brian's Custom Canvas says he wants to get his hands on a LWRC 300 Blackout. There was somebody shooting a Blackout at the range this last weekend. So I did not shoot that though. I guess I could have gone out and said, hey, can I shoot your Blackout? But I didn't. Let's see. Okay, so Viejo says he loves casting and shooting 380. Yeah. So I actually, I've got like 30 sets of dies for different things, and I don't think I have 380s. So I'm going to have to actually go buy some 380 dies because obviously I plan to shoot my new gun a lot. And it probably won't be the only 380 I have either. I'll probably be getting some other 380s. So Michael Dunn says toy guns. They are not. Cowboy Jeff says he has the P365X macro with cheese. Reese says, who is it that made rose gold color a thing? Well, I don't know, but I know that Lena Michalek is tied to this one. So, and also, by the way, y'all notice my choice of color tonight for my sweater that I'm wearing. It's if I could show my gun on camera, which I can't since it's alive, you'd be able to see that it matches. I mean, who wouldn't want to match their firearms, right? Mark Thomas says nothing against 380, but I'd rather have a 38 special revolver. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't agree with that. I love shooting 38 special. We shoot 38 specials out of our 357 revolvers all the time. And yeah, I agree. They're so much fun to shoot. But it is nice to have a fun carry gun, a gun that I feel is fun to shoot that I also get to carry. So I'm happy with that. Let's see. Mark Thomas said Jenny J field stripping sounds better than it will end up. Yeah, it's actually going to be a cleaning of the gun video. So Viejo says, easy now, Mark. Let's see here. Should have handed him a hair clip, Jenny. Michael Dunn says I should have handed the customer at Gateway a hair clip. You know, I actually thought about that right after I had that conversation with him. I was like, oh, it's too bad I didn't have like a binder clip or a, paper clip or a hair clip. The hair clip I used in the video was my daughter's, and I don't generally carry that around with me. So I didn't have a hair. I was fresh out of hair clips. So, let's see. Reese says YouTube shorts kind of suck unless you want to watch toxic vids or pimple popping vids. Ew. That's true. Yeah, so we'll make them not so shorts, and we'll try to make the content a little more worthwhile than pimple popping, okay? Affordable Armory is here. He says he's sorry he's late, but you know what, Affordable Armory, it's okay because we know you have class on Tuesday night, so you're forgiven. Let's see. Michael Dunn says you can't just watch 2 hours later. Are you talking about Jenny J videos where it's like you can only eat one chip? You can't eat one chip at a time. I don't know. Brian's Custom Canvas. Jenny, I'm looking for Ruger Super Blackhawk 44 mag 6-inch. Oh, speaking of Blackhawks, I got the offer of reviewing somebody's Red Hawk yesterday. So I guess I should add that to the list of videos upcoming. Critter says shot eggs. Yeah, maybe. We haven't done it yet, but yeah, that's if you remember last year, that's what we did for our Easter egg hunt. So yeah, super enjoyable. Also had some really, comments from trolls saying that I was stupid. One person said stupid is as stupid does, and another person said that I probably had the Easter bunny boiling in a pot at home. All those fun things. So I guess if they feel so bothered by it that they have to comment, I'm doing something right because I'm reaching them, right? Michael Dunn says eggs cost too much this year. Hey, you know what, Michael Dunn? I will tell you anything for my Jenny J crew, because you guys want to see an Easter egg hunt, you'll get an Easter egg hunt. It's on. It's happening. Catchman is here. Hey, awesome to see you. He says you should try shooting a Mossberg MC1SC. Awesome CC gun. You'll like it. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can get my hands on one of those. I'll have to see if any of my friends out there have one they can loan me. Reese, you're hilarious, Reese. Reese says Jenny has made the big time. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna try to argue that. Brian's Custom Canvas is saying Cileb, Cileb. Yes, Reese says the new entrapment form. Exactly. What else is going on? Viejo has a really nice Super Blackhawk color case hardened frame. Great shooter. Ooh, that sounds really beautiful. Anything that's case hardened is beautiful. I mean, if it's done nicely, man, I tell you, I've seen some really gorgeous case hardened guns. So can't go wrong with those. Tim Rink said the GoPro knew the job was dangerous when it took it. Yes, that's true. I mean, he knew what he was signing on for, right? Jeez. Don't be a slacker, GoPro. Oh. Reese says chivalry is not dead where I live. Well, that's because you live in Texas, Reese. So unfortunately, chivalry is dead in a lot of places. I'll tell you a little story. We stopped at a fast food place for just to grab a quick bite on the way to the range Sunday morning. And we go up to the counter. We walk in, go up to the counter. Girl comes up to the register and just stands there and stares at us. And we're like, so I gave her my order, and Mr. Jenny J gave her his order, and she didn't say a word. She typed it in and walked away. And we're like, okay. So we scanned the card, did not get a receipt, didn't get the fountain drink cup. I had ordered a bottle of orange juice, which they always bring you before you go sit down. And she didn't bring anything to us, didn't give us anything, and then just walked away. So we were like, what's happening? So, we were just kind of amazed. And I said, I would be much more forgiving of her forgetting to give us stuff if she would have at least acknowledged us by saying hello or thank you, anything, even one word. That's all I was asking. So yeah, that was kind of sad, but yeah, that's why I say manners are quickly becoming a thing of the past, unfortunately. Reese says there is a press in his future. He's been retaining his brass for years. I think he's counting on winning that Jenny J Dillon. Aren't you, Reese? I know Reese would be very happy with that. Reese says Jenny's mom has chickens. That's right. Oh my gosh, Reese. You know what? I have to say, kudos to you for remembering that. You obviously listen to all of the weird things I get up here and talk about. Yes, my mom does have chickens. She also has, I forget what the last number is. She's in kidding season right now. She has goats too that she raises. And so I think she has, I want to say maybe 38 kids in the last couple of weeks. So she's busy with her goats too. So yeah, she's got chickens and goats. And Michael Dunn says Jenny can't shoot chickens. No, I won't shoot the chickens, just their eggs. Just their eggs. All right, so let's get to, because we are somehow running out of time already. Let's get to this form. So I don't know how many of you filled one of these out. I had to fill one out this last week when I got my new Rose. And I'm going through and, I've filled out a good number of these. This is the old one. I've filled out a good number of these. And they've always been fairly easy to fill out. I haven't really had any questions or confusion about any of the questions. But when I was filling out this one, I had to stop a couple of times and say, wait, what? And I did not realize that I was filling out a new revised form for the 4473. So yeah, I guess obviously I hadn't filled one out since like December, because these came out in December of 2022. So one of the questions that they ask now that they didn't used to ask is, do you reside in city limits? Now, that might be easy for some of you to answer. For me, it was not easy to answer because technically I live in St. Charles. But I was like, I'm not sure if I'm in the city limits or not. I'm in a subdivision, but we are out on the edge of town. So I was like, I really don't know. So I wasn't sure how to answer that. Now they do give you yes, no, and unknown. So I guess I could have just checked unknown. But I hate to be vague on this form because I don't want them to ever delay me. I've never been delayed, knock on wood. And I don't want to start now. So another question though, here's where things get a little hairy. So if you remember down here on the old form at the bottom, you've got starting with question 20. They ask you all the ones that have a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, right? And it's where you check yes or no in the box. And so on the new form, it starts out with question 21A. It's the same as the old form. Are you the actual transferee / buyer of all the firearms listed on this form and any continuation sheet? Okay. So if you are the actual buyer or transferee, you mark yes, right? Okay. That's easy. That hasn't changed. That's not different. That's 21A. Now, you go on to 21B. On the old form, 21B says, are you under indictment or information in any court for a felony or any other crime, etc.? So that's a pretty easy question to answer. Are you under indictment or in court for any kind of felony? Yes or no? Okay. Now, question B says, do you intend to purchase or acquire any firearm listed on this form and any continuation sheet or ammunition for sale or other disposition to any person described in questions 21C through M, questions we haven't gotten to yet, or to a person described in question 21N1 who does not fall within a non-immigrant alien exception? That's a whole lot. So, do you intend to purchase or acquire any firearm listed on this form? Okay, so that's a new question, completely new question. Or ammunition. So are you buying a firearm or ammunition for anyone else, basically? And then question C is also different. Question C says, do you intend to sell or otherwise dispose of any firearm listed on this form and any continuation sheet or ammunition in furtherance of any felony or other offense punishable by imprisonment for a term of more than 1 year, a federal crime of terrorism, or a drug trafficking offense? That's like a whole lot in that question. Do you intend to sell or otherwise dispose of any firearm listed on this form? Do you intend to sell or dispose of any firearm? Okay. So then it says, or any other offense in furtherance of any felony or other offense punishable by imprisonment for a term of more than 1 year. That's where it gets hairy, like hard to understand. So my point is, to people who are really trying to fill these forms out, why do they have to make it so difficult? I mean, we all know the answer why they make it difficult, but I just don't understand why they have to use the legal terms that they're using. It's like they really intend to confuse people. So let's go on. Question D is also different as far as I know. I'm going to check and make sure here. Yes, it is. Question D is also different. Question D, 21D says, are you under indictment or information in any court for a felony or any other crime for which the judge could imprison you for more than 1 year? Or are you a current member of the military who's been charged with violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice and whose charges have been referred to a general court martial? Again. Okay. Are you under indictment or information in any court for a felony? Now, some of these seem also kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Just they're much simpler on the old form. Okay, so let's go back to the old form. Here's what I think is really funny. If you go back to the old form, for example, it says, have you ever been convicted in any court of a felony? Well, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to answer. Another question says, are you a fugitive from justice? The end. I mean, that's how the question ends. That's it. That's the whole question. But now they have to keep dragging it out. Here's another question on here. Sorry, on the old form. It goes on to say, have you ever been convicted in any court, including a military court, of a felony or any other crime for which the judge could have imprisoned you for more than 1 year, even if you received a shorter sentence, including probation? So they're basically, they're asking the same question every time, but with a slight variation every time. So that's just the first page. And then you turn the page and you still have, you know, this entire section up here. And these are basically a lot of what was on the old form. So then you get back into kind of a little more familiar territory, I guess. But it's just unbelievable that we have to have. I like Michael Dunn's question. Are you a criminal from the future? You know what, Michael Dunn? Don't give them any ideas. Seriously. So, okay. I want to go back and see, because I see a couple comments about this. So like Reese asked, sell in what time period? Exactly. They don't specify. So, okay. We have a friend who bought a gun. It's a CZ and it had blue grips on it. And so he mistakenly thought it was a Shadow 2. It is not a Shadow 2. Once he realized that it is not a Shadow 2 and he'd already bought it, he wanted to sell it. He wanted to turn around and sell it and get rid of it. So in that instance, is he going to be doing something wrong because he's turning around and selling it because he decided he didn't want the gun? It's not the gun he thought he was getting. So yeah, they make these questions very specific, but also very vague. And that's worrisome because are they, you know, what are they trying to catch people at, I guess? So Viejo says, yep, I was kind of taken aback by the new questions too. Just did one 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's crazy. I just remember filling it out. I was out at Eagle and I was filling it out and I was like, wait, what? What am I don't know what I'm supposed to answer at this question. And my friend Ken, you know, was working there and he's like, yeah, new form. I was like, oh, okay. So because I was like, I don't remember it being so hard to fill out before. And like I said, I've filled out quite a few and it's never been that hard. Okay. So let's see. Oh, Viejo says, Jenny J, let us know when you get some 380 dies. I'll send you some custom cast bullets to try. Aw, that would be so awesome. Oh my gosh. I would love that. I could do a video on that. And I could say, these are from our very own Viejo. And then I can take them out and shoot them too. And we can do a video on that. So thank you. That is really cool. That'd be awesome. Reese Cowboy Jeff says, I've filled out a few numbers of the forms. However, I also get some items that do not need a form. That's true. And that's good. Let's see. Oh, DJ Plain Ice was here. Good to see DJ Plain Ice. He said, got a jet. All y'all be safe, have fun, carry your guns, and rock. Let's see. Michael Brennanstool says, I ditched the NRA 21 years ago. Well, Michael Brinsel, welcome to the channel. Let's see. Viejo says, I laughed out loud at 21C. Basically asks, are you going to give this stuff to a crook? Exactly. Well, and here's the other thing, like how much, I don't know, how much due diligence does someone do if they are selling, if they're making a personal sale of a firearm to someone else, like how much due diligence do you do? So again, what are you going to get caught on? Let's see. I still like Michael Dunn asking, are you criminal from the future? Viejo says the lawyers have clearly gotten involved to obfuscate from the form to the point where people are afraid to fill it out. Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of too. Or they get so nervous filling it out that they'll incorrectly mark something. Like if they get nervous about something because they don't understand it, and these questions just keep coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, are they going to mismark something and then it'll flag them? I mean, that's not cool either, Reese says he's the time cop. Michael Dunn asks, can you sell it back? Can you even sell it back to the same place you got it? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's up to the place that sold it to you. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what are the limitations? Reese says the questions are ambiguous. Yes, I agree completely. They definitely are. Cowboy Jeff says, what? I've been doing my forms e-formed. And he says, and Cowboy Jeff goes on to say, like I always said, only buy and never sell. That's true. That's true. We'll avoid a lot of these issues if we just know we'll never sell anything, right? Catchman says, neither chivalry nor manners are dead here in Wyoming. That's nice to know. And I have to say, when we went to Devil's Tower in Wyoming, it seemed like everybody in Wyoming did have good manners. So I would agree with that. Let's see. Reese says, one of my FFLs has an overlay with instructions on what to answer in each field. Like kind of a Cliff Notes version of this form. I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Viejo says you just can't sell to a prohibited person. In other words, you can't sell to a crook. Only problem is that Dems think we're all crooks. That's true. Unfortunately. Steven Sheets. Oh, Steven Sheets, I love your music notes next to your name. That is so awesome. He says, Jenny, howdy. Hello back to you. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Let's see, Critter. That's why gun buybacks are illegal. The government can't pass background checks. That's a good point, Critter. Very good point. Yeah. I think Critter's onto something. And you know what? I think that is a great place to end our live tonight with Critter's little gem of information there that he just gave us. I'm going to put that up on the screen here for a second. Highlight that. So yeah. And I've just had so much fun tonight, and I am so appreciative that, you guys were willing to hop back on here. I don't know if you all got the notifications or not, but I am super excited that, so many of you were able to find your way over here, even though it's been a few weeks since we've had a live. So it's been a lot of fun. We talked a lot about some fun things, some not so fun things. And, you know, hopefully I will get to talk to you guys again before we go to NRA. But if I don't, please make sure that you either drop a comment over here in the side chat of what you'd like to see in a video from NRA, or send me an email. And you know, my email address is jennyj1911@usa.com. So make sure you drop me a line there if you have something you'd like to see. If you have any video ideas that you'd like to see, make sure you let me know that too. And also make sure that you check on your subscription status on my channel. As you know, YouTube likes to go out and weed people from channels. So make sure that you're still subscribed to Jenny J1911 because I don't want you to miss anything. And make sure you're sharing videos, you're liking videos. Let people know that if they hurry and subscribe, they're going to get in under that 5,000 subscriber giveaway deadline. So if they get in, maybe they'll be able to give their prize to you if they win. Who knows? So anyway, it's been so much fun, and make sure you hit like on this video, on this one right here, this live. Push the like button right now. And I hope you have a great week, a great night, sweet dreams. And I look forward to talking to y'all again soon.